Hey fellow learners, Shirley here. In today's video, I'm gonna talk about how to learn English with podcasts. I'm gonna give you 3 trainings that you can do to learn English with podcasts. All of these tips came from my own experience with podcasts. You know, podcasts are the best thing since sliced bread. In the beginning of my journey, I haven't heard about podcasts. At the time, they weren't so popular in Brazil, different from now because now it is so popular here. But at the time, they weren't, and I started listening to podcasts in order to learn English. What I did, all kinds of podcasts in the beginning that I listened to was about how to learn English, how to improve your vocabulary, how to speak English well, how you can write in English, all such kind of things. After a while, when I was familiar with this kind of vocabulary, I decided to change to another type of podcasts. Another thing that I like to listen to in my native language, I decided to do that in English. So I changed the topic for self-development, and I started listening to all kinds of podcasts about motivations, mindfulness, time management, and such kind of things. Then, when I got familiar with that kind of vocabulary, I started to listen to podcasts about healthcare and finances, all about exercises, nutrition, mutual funds, stock market, save money, all those kind of things. My point is, from my experience, what helped me a lot was to listen to the same type of podcasts, get familiar with that vocabulary, and then move on to the next type of podcasts. Now let's talk about the trainings. First one is shadowing. Shadowing consists of repeat after the speaker. While you are listening to a podcast, you pause after a sentence, you repeat after them. The outcomes expected from this training is to improve your pronunciation, connected speech, intonation, rhythm, and increase your active vocabulary. That's impressive, the power of shadowing, because sometimes I don't know how our brain works, but when we repeat, somehow automatically it becomes your second nature. Use words easily, naturally. Yeah, that's impressive. It's really worth it. But how long should you take? You must ask yourself how long you can keep focused while you are shadowing, because it's pointless you repeat after the speaker but you are not there present while you are shadowing. You need to be focused while you are doing that. For example, in my case, I use the phone, and for me, what works for best, it's about 7 to 10 minutes. After that, I lose my focus and it's not worth it. The second training that you can do is subvocalization. Subvocalization consists of repeating mentally after the speaker while you are listening to your podcast. For example, when you are doing the housework, driving, or during your downtime, while you are listening to a podcast, you focus for a minute or for a short period of time, or maybe for 3 sentences. You focus what the speaker is saying and you repeat mentally after them. The outcomes that you'd expect from these activities are amazing. You are gonna change your passive vocabulary into your active vocabulary. That's fantastic, this outcome, because we feel more confident of using their words in our daily conversations, in our writing. The other thing that it's so good from this exercise is sharpening our awareness, because as we are focused to what they are saying, we pay attention to the way they use the words, the verbs, the expressions. We start pay attention to the nuances of the words, in which context they use their words. That's so good. And another thing is that you are gonna recall words faster when you need it, when you are speaking, when you are writing. It helps you to recall words faster. As I told you, this is a tiring activity, so don't push yourself up so hard, because the point is, throughout the podcast, you mentally say, okay, I'm gonna subvocalize now for the next minute. I'm gonna subvocalize now for the next 3 sentences. I'm gonna subvocalize for the next until the next question, because usually in podcasts there are interviews and then they change the topic. You can choose one topic for subvocalization. Yes, that's good. Last but not least, the third training that you can do is following the transcription. Usually it's a kind of shadowing, but this time you are gonna follow the transcription. In the first one, just shadowing, I use my phone for about 7 to 10 minutes. In this activity, following the transcription, I use my computer, usually for 20 minutes. It's a dynamic activity, and that's a powerful one, because you listen to the speaker, you read, and then you repeat them. And if you are a user of any system repetition program, for example, in my case, I love Anki, I also copy and paste some excerpts from the podcast to my Anki, and the next time when I come across the word or expression, I can remember the meaning. And that's interesting, this activity. All of these 3 trainings, because it's a two-way road. When you are listening to a podcast, focused what you are listening to, you recognize some expressions that you have in your Anki or another type of app use, and then you the word or the expression rings the bell, but you can't remember the meaning. And the next time when you are doing your Anki, you remember, this was the expression in that podcast that now I remember, and vice versa. Sometimes you are doing your Anki and then you remember that word in the podcast the speaker was saying. So this is so good. I'm gonna share with you in the description below some podcasts that I love, and there are transcriptions of these podcasts. And there are other 2 apps that you can use to listen to a podcast and following the transcription automatically, simultaneously. The first one is Real Life English Podcast, and the other one is Learning English with Podcast and Audiobook. I'm gonna place also in the description below the link. You might ask yourself, but where to listen to podcasts? I use two apps. First, Podcast Addict, it's for free, and Spotify. These both are great apps that you can listen to podcasts. You might ask yourself, but what kind of podcast I'm gonna listen to? I'm gonna start listening to podcasts. First, you must listen to things that you are interested in, that you know a little bit in your native language, and then you search for that topic in English. Yeah, for example, if you are interested in football and you like watching uh, football matches, you can listen to it in English because you are already familiar with the vocabulary in your native language. After a while, when your vocabulary is increasing, you can change to another thing. But if you think that listening to podcasts now is so hard for you, I highly recommend you find podcasts with transcriptions because after a while you are gonna get used to it. So and then you are gonna be able to listen to podcasts without the transcription. That's it, guys. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you next time. Bye.